I wrote something a couple years back when InfoWars was censored by YouTube. And I'm not an InfoWars fan. I've only listened to Alex Jones a little. I'm not an InfoWars fan. I know he's very popular in some circles, but I've never been into InfoWars, all right? Sometimes they're reporting. There'll be some great articles that really expose some things going on, but otherwise, I'm not an InfoWars guy, okay? So it's not like when InfoWars was picked on, they're picking on my guy or my team or my camp. But I had a real issue because my question was, what's coming next? And many of you know the famous poem by Martin Niemöller. First they came for the socialists. I wasn't a socialist. I didn't speak out. They came for the communists. They came for the Jews, whatever the order is. And I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. I wasn't a socialist. I wasn't a communist. Then they came for me. And there was no one left to speak for me. And if you read biographies of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Niemöller opposed Nazism, but he wasn't willing to take radical steps enough. He didn't recognize how wrong things were or how compromised much of the Lutheran Church was until it was too late. So I wrote this saying first they came for InfoWars, and I did not speak out because I found them offensive. Then they came for Geller and Spencer, meaning Pamela Geller and Robert Spencer. Then they came for Geller and Spencer, and I did not speak out because I found them obnoxious. Then they came for PragerU, and I did not speak out because I found them opinionated. Then they came for a host of others, and I did not speak out because I have my own life to live. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. We bring these issues up because it's going to come your way. It is going to come your way. It is going to knock at your door. You will be impacted. You will be affected. Therefore, we need to do what's right. But either way, we need to do what's right because it's right. So, dictionary.com. Are you ready for this? Here's the gay website, out.com, celebrating the news. Dictionary replaces homosexual in largest update ever. Now, by the way, I find it revealing. This website, out.com, has a menu across the top on my screen saying editor's pick, fashion, popnography, entertainment, news, and opinion television. That there's a play on words of pornography, popnography, obviously, pop news, whatever. Dictionary replaces homosexual in largest update ever. So here's what the story says. Dictionary.com has issued a massive update altering more than 1,500 entries on its site. The changes, which comprise the largest update ever to the resource, are mostly aimed at putting people first and respecting and reflecting the relationship language has with society and its values. The unprecedented events of 2020, from the pandemic to the George Floyd protests, have profoundly changed our lives and language, they wrote in the Post. Among the changes, Dictionary.com capitalized black when referring to a race or culture and made it its own entry, in addition to improving language around addiction and suicide. Now, my obvious question is, maybe we can check this during a break, did they do the same with white or with red or yellow or anything else that was referring to a race? Or brown? There's only black that gets capitalized. I have a problem with that. If you want to capitalize anything having to do with race, black, white, brown, fine, just be consistent. In addition to improving language around addiction and suicide, words like jabroni, MAGA, goat, and contouring were also added. But a large contingent of changes had to do with the LGBTQ plus community. And of course, the acronym has to keep growing, LGBTQ plus. Capitalizing black joins many other dictionary-wide efforts to put people, not practices, first and ensure our definitions reflect and respect how people use language. One of those changes was to replace references to homosexual and homosexuality with gay, gay man, gay woman, or gay sexual orientation. As such, the definition of gayness is now gay or lesbian sexual orientation or behavior, as opposed to homosexuality. The change impacted over 50 entries. So there's not a contrast now between homosexual and heterosexual. Perfectly good descriptive words. Speaking of attraction to the same sex or attraction to the opposite sex. No, now it's gay or lesbian. And I imagine that must be contrasted with straight or maybe non-gay or non-lesbian. Listen, friends, you start playing with words. You start saying what words can be used and not used. Now, what if you want to write? What if you're writing a book and you go to use the word homosexual, heterosexual. Oh no, that's not allowed. Well, so now I have to use the word gay or lesbian. What if I don't want to? What if I don't think that's the best description? What if I want to use a word that has a historic meaning in the last century plus? Forbidden. Friends, not just banning books, it's telling you what words you are to use and not use. This is dangerous.